Hello and welcome to Chess with Simon. I'm Simon. So what we're going to do here is a bullet grind. We're going to go from 1900 to 2000. This guy's 1836. Let's see how... Now that's a very strange rook move, is it not? So sort of also slightly quirky exchange of bishop for knight, although not disastrous. Slightly quirky rook pawn move. We can have that pawn. Okay, I've got a good feeling about this game, although you never can tell with bullet, right? So now what we don't want is something arriving on h7 and causing trouble. Well, why don't we exchange knights? Okay, I'll have the bishop. Now the bishop's really worth something because that was the big problem. And we're going to exchange queens. We're going to exchange queens. And I'll have that knight. Okay, so we'll exchange rooks. Okay, what are we up here? We're up something. We're up a minor piece. I think what we're going to do is try and trap the king. Maybe there's some crafty checkmate. Okay, well, you can do an exchange sack if you want. I think to really trap the king... Yeah, he's got away. He was the one that got away. We're still up by plenty. Okay, so attack the rook. Take that. Okay, so the idea probably is to, you don't even have to win the knight, you just need to exchange it off. Okay, so what we need to do now is get rid of the last pawn. Thank you. Get rid of the knight. Oh gosh, that was a bit of an error, wasn't it? No idea what's going on here at all. Do you? Okay, now we just run that pawn through. And if that doesn't work, we'll run the other pawn through. Thank you, good game. Okay, one more. Let's do one more because I think something bad happened there that shouldn't really have happened to you. So what we're probably going to do here, what I like to do in these positions is to fianchetto there. What's this rook move that he keeps doing? It's so weird. I think it's about getting the rook off. I don't understand it. Look, I'm attacking your rook. That loose rook, it's very attackable. Oh, now I've got to be careful because my rook is hanging. So I've got to attack his queen. Yeah, and he didn't notice. So now I can castle. Because if his queen had attacked my knight, it would have been quite bad for me actually, because I've had two pieces hanging. So I suppose the attempt here is to checkmate me on the file, is it? Checkmate me on the H file. Yeah, I mean, not the world's most subtle plan, but all right, not ridiculous. Now, can't I just do this? Is this a problem? Is there a mate here? I'm all right, aren't I? So what we're going to do here is swap the queens. Swap the queens. And then I think there's an attempt at mate here. The rook at the back is mate. Can the king get out of this? It's not easy, is it? Okay, thank you. Good game. Okay. To tell you what we'll do, let's look at the game review. I know it's meant to be a grind, but the Evans Gambit is named after the 19th century world captain. I think I knew that. 1500. Okay, we need to do better than that. Come on then. Let's do better. Okay, Caro-Kann defense. So the idea here is this. So we're going to develop the bishop onto g4. Okay, so now white has an isolated queen's pawn. So what we're going to do is... Okay, now I don't know what that is, but it doesn't worry me too much. Okay, so what's going on? I'm attacking your bishop. You probably don't care. Okay, I think something good happened then, but I don't think it was that good. Because now I'm attacking that knight, and it's pretty horrible. I think you got to play bishop e2? Yeah. Okay, I don't really like that. I suppose the idea is to attack down that file. Bishop's got to run. But, you know, there's a real... Ooh, I thought I was doing something awful to the queen. But actually, I wasn't. I was doing something awful to myself. So now what? Well, now it's a bit tricky. But it's not mind-bogglingly tricky. It's just a bit tricky. Ooh, it's mind-bogglingly tricky. Got to be careful of the mates. There's a mate there, isn't there? That's the whole point. So, I think I might have stopped the mate. Look, here we go. Is there some kind of perpetual here? Okay, at this point, well, yeah, we're a rook down. We're taking the perpetual. Okay, next. Killer Buddha. I've played Killer Buddha before. Okay, e4, best by test. Caro-Kann, 2 knights. Taking on e4. Taking on e4 with the queen. This. Oh, look, my queen's hanging. Okay, fine, but there was a checkmate on f7. Okay, so this doesn't worry me, right? Nothing to worry about here. We're going to play d4. We're going to play d4. We're pushing away the bishop. We're going to take here. We're going to pin the knight, which is actually a source of distress because that could be one. It could be one, and h7 is really vulnerable. Is h7 now really vulnerable? Not as vulnerable, right? Ooh, really? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's not ridiculous. Do I want to take that knight off? Don't know. Do I want to sort of push the queen around? Maybe. Why not? Do I want to take here? Why not? Do I want to take here? Why not? I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm doing something scary. But the queen's dropping now. Go on, I'll have that as well. Although maybe there was a mate there, actually. What's funny is there might have been a mate there. I think there's a mate here, don't you? Good game, Satanic Valkyrie. Good game. Okay, 1922, we're climbing. Let's play the Italian game. Let's play... Okay, so this... I don't know. For some reason, I didn't like that very much. Okay, I think this was a mistake by me, because the queen's come off. So I guess... I don't like that, though. Is that knight really safe there? Ooh, it really is safe. It's won a rook. It's won in exchange, but I don't think it's quite give-up stakes. It's quite bad. Yeah, it's quite bad. Okay, so we're going to have to be clever here against our Ukrainian friend. So what are we going to do? What's our idea? It's quite hard to have an idea here, isn't it? I suppose our idea is to lose a bishop with the check on the back. That would have been bad. Right, I want to try to push this pawn through. Well, I'm going to have to take a risk. Oh, he can take the pawn. That's a shame. That pawn was my real pride and joy. Okay, well, quite obviously, I'm loads of material down. I'm going to have to be really lucky here. I guess this is where it gets interesting, right? Is it? Not particularly. Okay, let's put it on a good square. What I want to do is, I wanted to pin the rook against the king. Oh, look at that. Okay, but I get the bishop. It's not an unqualified disaster. Oh, that is an unqualified disaster. Although 5 seconds is not long. Things can happen in 5 seconds. Tricks. Yeah, bad luck. That wasn't really fair on you. But I need the points. Okay, so this guy's quite high rated from Belgium. So we just play solid, yeah? We play solid, we play solid. We expect G4 at some point. We swap. Okay. Okay, what I want to do is land a knight on D3. And then we shut the... Okay, so I'm a bit worried now. I'm a bit worried. Yeah, I'm a bit worried. That's knight's just going to drop to the queen, yeah? Okay. I wonder if... I know this is only a small objective, but I wonder if I can just pick off... I was going to try and pick off that pawn, but... Yeah, I can pick off a pawn now, unless he defends it, yeah. I can pick off C3, C5, C5, C3. Pick off a knight. Oh, could have just taken that. Look, I can just take it. Isn't that cute? Everyone likes a knight. It's going to be a beautiful night. Okay. Now, okay, I see why you would do that. I can't work it out, but... Okay, so... Okay, this is not going to end well for me, I'm afraid. Okay, this is just like play moves as quickly as possible, and I wasn't playing quickly enough. Okay, let's keep the journey going. Let's play in the style of Bobby Fischer, a nice Sicilian defence. Now this is not theory that I recognise, which is fine. It's good to be original. But what we're going to do now is we're going to charge our f-pawn forward, and we're going to... okay, that's mine. We're going to charge our f-pawn. I assume there'll be an attempt to mate me down the diagonal, which we should not underestimate. Down the h-file, I mean. Which we should not underestimate. Ooh, is that knight... Okay, the knight's hanging. That's the point, right? Okay, this has quickly gone pear-shaped. Knight takes. That's like... How many pieces have I dropped here? So many pieces. So that isn't necessarily dropping yet. But it might if we're good to it. Now, oh, come on. Is that losing the queen? It's losing more than the queen. It's losing a lot of things. Okay, I'm resigning this one. Okay, so the whole point of a grind is like you actually go in the right direction, not the wrong direction. Okay, so here we're going to play a little four-pawn attack idea. No, we're not. Ooh, our opponent's playing the four-pawn attack. So what does this mean? Does this mean I'm not going to rush to castle short because I'm not going to rush to castle short. No, that conversation is slightly a moot point now. Actually, I quite like this, what I'm doing. I know I'm a pawn down, but I suppose black now has the question of where to put the king. I suppose the problem is my pieces aren't really very active. You know, those bishops are really good. Okay, so the question is, am I gonna open this queen side? I suppose I've got to, haven't I, really? I don't know, these rooks are okay defensively. Let's just blast this. I've got no idea what's going to happen here. I mean, it's a sack, obviously. Okay. I guess... Oh! That's also sacking a bishop, which is not a sack. It's just a lose. The good news is that, you know, black's low on time, and if I kind of muck around a bit, we might just find that black runs out of time. You never know. Particularly if I create some threats around that pawn, which look seriously hard to meet. Ooh, pawn running. Okay, so thank you, good game. I feel a little bit guilty about that, but not that guilty. King's pawn. What you got for me? You've got a grade of 1998. We're waiting. Caro-Kann defense, 2 knights. I assume you'll take on e4? Okay, so here... I mean, that queen move was wrong, actually. It's kind of obviously wrong. So, we're going to... Okay, so that kind of ruins the king's side. I think we do need some defensive resources on our king's side. But, you know, I mean, the chance of sacrifice here is something else, right? Okay, yeah, accept. There's something going to happen there. Look, it's a check. Okay, that was an exchange sacrifice. It just had to happen. But the good news is this. I might be able to pin the enemy queen. Oh, I can't, though. Look at that. Just wrong. Just wrong. So annoying. I was just... And now I've got like a million pieces down, right? I mean, what on earth is this? This is going to be... This is an absolutely unqualified disaster, right? Okay, I think it's unsporting to play that. I think I'm going to resign in good conscience. Okay, so how's this grind going then? Okay, French defense. So, what's this called? The Rubinstein variation. So we swap everything off here. We swap everything off. We castle. We put a knight on e5, making this up as I go along. We hope the queen takes there, then we check and win the queen. If you take on, you know, that square whose name slightly escapes me. There's still no mate on g2. Oh, but now they take there. It's a check. Come on, let me take on h7. No, you're too good. Okay, well. Oh, too slow, too slow. Too slow, too weak, too slow. Okay, so this is part of my plot. It's quite a hard plot to carry out, actually, to give mate on h7. And I think my opponent's caught onto it by now. Yay! Okay, so does this sacrifice work? I get the feeling it's not going to lose. Look, it's a fork. Look, I've taken the rook. Thank you, very sporting. Since you're sporting, we could have a rematch. Do you want a rematch? I'm happy to take the answer no. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now that knight on c3 is a little bit abnormal, although I've also done something abnormal. I should have taken on c3 before any of that. Okay, now I think I want to exchange that knight. Ooh, maybe I won't get chance. Ooh, rough, 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 rough. Is it mate? It's mate. Queen f7 is mate. Hilarious. Yes, we'll have another game. As a prize for that, you get another game. Oh, actually, it's not the same person. Okay, so this is the centre counter defence. It's a little bit, I think maybe a little bit inferior. So what's this going to do now? So we're a pawn down, but we're I sort of like it. Yeah, I know, but look at the development. Look at my development. It's awesome. I love my position. I mean, I haven't developed it into an attack yet, but I think my opponent knows that this is actually quite useful because we're just sort of everywhere, you know. I don't know. I mean, okay. Yeah, trying to sort of deal with the development. Oh, I've been forked. I've been forked. Okay, so my cunning and subtle plan here is to pin the queen against... It's not going to work. Nothing's going to work. Is anything going to work? Okay, the knight takes that. It's so fast as well. So fast. So the idea is that, is it? Okay, well. Oh! Okay, I think, to be honest, 2 rooks down is probably too much, even for a man of my speed. Okay, that was really unlucky and unfair. Sorry, dude. 1921. Okay, how about the bird? The bird opening, pawn f4. It's not bad. I mean, if the Dutch is valid, why isn't the bird valid? That is an illustration of the infinite diversity, well, not infinite, the enormous diversity of chess. It's a really diverse game. Okay, what's going on here? Anything or nothing? Bishop hanging. Okay, it's the attack on f7 is the big thing, right? Okay, I'm a little bit worried here about my opponent having an unfair mouse slip. Sorry. That's annoying. It's always annoying. Does it mean I'm definitely winning? Yes. I think it means I'm definitely winning. Well, it doesn't mean I'm definitely going to win, but it means I'm definitely winning. Okay, so we're going to take on f7 next. It's really an exchanging operation. Well, it's not actually. It's a queen attacking operation. I wish I had the dark diagonal, but I think the check at the back's quite potent. Is the knight quite useful there? Oh, that's a good move. Okay. Fairs. Okay, I think we had to stop that thing coming. What am I up by a rook? Is it a rook that got lost in the mouse slip? Okay, and what's the time? And the answer is... Okay, so let's attack the queen. Let's swap some stuff. Okay, so that's a blunder, but it's okay because I've got a clear plan, and the clear plan is stay on the white squares, push a pawn through, which my opponent may well get onto, but also, yeah, take that other thing which allows me to time out. Okay, let's do another one. I mean, should we play the Sicilian Dragon? Good opening, isn't it? Well, our opponent's not going to let us, or our opponent may let us actually. Often when they do this, they do let you. Okay, this is not a thing, just so we're clear. Okay, so am I losing any material here? Maybe not. Maybe if I go that way, it's all right. Yeah. Don't know if that was bad or not. You can never tell, can you, with chess? It's so complicated. Okay, let's push this bishop around. Let's fork at the end, queen and bishop. Queen moves, but I don't think really white has mating material here. And I think we're in charging up the board mode, aren't we? Oh, that knight is gorgeous. That knight can come on to e4. Absolutely great piece. Yeah. Had to be done. Okay. So we're losing material. Luckily we're up on time, and unluckily we've blundered a rook in the corner, which is not great. And we've also allowed our pieces to get forked, although not in the worst possible way. I mean, there's not a good way to let your pieces get porked, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now what we need is for our opponent to blunder a piece. Yes, I'll take a perpetual. Okay, so I'm going to pick off this pawn, am I? Okay, so swapping the queens off was obviously a sensible idea. I know, let's make some nonsense moves. That's always a good idea. Unlucky, you were clearly better. Okay, let's see if we can get to 1930 by playing in the style of Robert James Fischer. Well, Bobby Fischer would probably have played this, would he? He wouldn't have played that. But then he might have done in bullet. It's harder in bullet, right? Dropping a pawn on c5, not dropping another pawn. So, okay, what's the big idea here? There isn't really a big idea. The big idea is that I've dropped a pawn and I've got a loose knight on c6. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to let that go because I think I had to save my knight. Yes, it's going to be a beautiful night. It's not even a joke, that, is it? It's literally not even a joke. Oh, rook hanging. So you take my rook, I attack your rook, I come back to here, you come out with your bishop, and you're a... Well, alright, be like that about it. See if I care. Okay, that's actually a blunder. It's hard work, chess, particularly like this. What we're seeing a lot on these games is that I'm playing bad moves quickly, as they say in the trade. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not at all proud of that. But it's still happening. And it is a way to win bullet games. Although not a very dignified way. Like, I'm already getting the feeling I'm going to win this. In fact, as it happens, untrue. Okay, let's try the mouse instead of the touch screen. Okay, so we're going to play a King's Indian. Ooh, you gave me a bishop. So kind. Were you thinking I was just pre-moving? Were you? I mean, to be honest with you, it's helpful. So fast. Get the queens off with the extra piece. Could be nice, could be nice. I mean, it's all a lot of fun, all that sort of, those tricky ones where you expect people to pre-move. It is definitely a bullet concept, and it's very humorous. When people actually are thinking about what they're doing, it can be bad though, right? Okay, so that's hitting the rook. You know, it's good to prematurely celebrate the winners, right? As well, right? Like, am I actually going to win this game? We can't be sure. That's what bullet's like. Anything can happen in bullet. And actually, in these games where something goes wrong early, it's quite often that the side that had the mishap ends up winning. I hope this is not one of those occasions. I don't intend it to be. Okay, let's defend that. Because I think what I want to do is to round up that pawn. Now, I'm attacking the rook. Is it trapped? How cute, it's trapped. Good game. Very noble to resign. You want another one? Given that, you know, what happened. Okay. But we're not gaining ratings, are we? Let's attack the king's pawn. Let's undermine that strong centre. Let's develop our pieces. Let's castle. Okay. Let's swap some stuff off. What's happening here? Queen's off? Could be. I quite like the idea of queen's off. Knight for bishop. Trying to line up for a mate on g2. Oh, no. I think the mates on g2 are looking less likely here now. We've got to check on c5 if we ever need it. And sure, we need it. Yeah, okay, that's good. I mean, I might not win this. All sorts of things might not happen, but I expect to win this. Look, let's get the rooks off. Mate on g2. Mate on g2. Okay, now this was pretty clever, but inevitably it ends in tears. Thank you, that was good. What happened there? I can't remember. Something happened. Owen's defence. Great opening, right? The opening of champions. Okay, let's play really solidly and sensibly here. Let's play classically. Ooh, it's the Catalan. So we take, we play c5. We just keep taking. I mean, I don't know. Can this all be defended? I think we got a bit lucky here. Yeah, it's all can be defended because we got a nice mass of pawns in the centre now. So, okay, but I mean, this has basically gone very right for black. Why has it gone right? Because black has got more pawns. But still, that's a good move, isn't it, right? Let's be honest about that. So, trying to take on f6. I don't know what that even was. Was that a pawn? I hope so. Oh, that's mate. Can't have that. That's threatening my thingy-me-bob. So it's threatening mate. So I've got to do this to stop the mate. So this started well. It's not finished well, but it's still okay. But don't I lose a rook here? Yeah, this is the problem. Well, it's not just a rook I'm losing with mate. That's a shame because it started so well. I mean, you know, that's resoundable, right? I mean, okay, I've won a few on time. This is not going to be one of them. I've got to have some... okay, there was a mate at the back. I've got to have some self-respect. Okay, 1927. We've got to turn it up. We've got to turn up a gear now. Come on. So we're going to play Caro. We'll play solid now. Let's play solid. Let's play some nice end games. Yeah? Nice end games. Let's go. Okay, so we got an IQP. We're going to use the IQP. We're going to gang up on that pawn. We're going to establish a nice strong knight. Well, I don't know. Let's swap that off. Now that knight is beautiful in the centre of the board. Come on, that's a beauty. We're going to put everything on light squares. Is there a mate here? Really? Not now, is there? So our opponent wants to mate us. But we... Ooh, look. Attack on f7. Well, that's a clever idea, isn't it? Okay, well, fine, but, you know, that. Give me the queen. Give me a queen. I don't think... How can you mate? Okay, so I guess you can take there. Okay, that's real. Okay, I'm making a bit of a mess of this. Gives the pawn. Okay, guess what I'm going to do here? I'll give you a clue. I'm going to win on time. And I'm not proud of it. It's not good. It's not good at all. Don't tell me there's a perpetual. I mean, really? Okay. Check. I've got to stop the perpetual. How do I stop? He thinks it's more than a perpetual. It wasn't more than a perpetual. Good game. We're in the 30s. Next stop, the 40s. Okay, solid and sensible, solid and sensible, solid, solid, solid. I mean, is this an opening, really? Okay, that's free, no? Oh, it's not free. What a trick. Okay, that is so naughty, because that is it's a bullet trick, isn't it? Okay, party people, can we punish the bullet trick? Are we enraged by the use of a bullet trick? Can we punish the bullet trick? I must admit, I'm enraged. So is this working? Nothing can take that, right? So this looks bad. I mean, looks good. I mean, whatever. I mean, okay, I don't know. I just don't know. We've been tricked. This is awful. I don't like it, but it's happened. Okay, so, yeah, takes there. I get it. I mean, our development's better. That bishop's coming out now, though. Yeah, our development was better. It's just really disgraceful. Okay, I've lost my faith in everything. Okay, is this a trick here? Not really. There's not really, is there? Taking pawns? Is that clever? Is anyone impressed by me taking pawns? Just taking more pawns? Attacking his pawn? Okay, I think I'm just running here. I think this is fine. Okay, but isn't there a trick here? Okay, I actually gave away... I gave away my rook there. It's a shame I lost on time because I think the computer will say we had a drawn position. Okay, but I felt better. Okay, open Sicilian. E5, no, dragon sort of thing. Okay, so this is kind of a strange dragon, which is not quite a conventional dragon. No, really unconventional. So, ooh, a fork. But you can't take, right, because the queen's hanging at the back. So it's not really a fork. Actually, I've got a fork on e6. Okay, so... okay, my queen's attacked. Yuck. Okay, well... Oh, yeah, I didn't mean to give my... I didn't mean to exchange the queens. I didn't really see what's going on because you'd given up a rook. Do you know what? My daughter's got some music on downstairs. This is not an excuse. This is an actual fact. My daughter's got some music on downstairs and it's stressing me out. And I'm thinking about the music. And I'm not thinking about the fact that I just dropped a rook. Now I'm thinking about it. Okay. So... should we try and actually play some decent chess now, rather than the nonsense I've been playing? I mean, it's not nonsense, but I've been making progress, but not as much as I would have liked. Okay, so probably the trick here is to stop this pawn going through. The check at the back with the rook is a killer, isn't it? Okay, this is not going to end well. He's got a lot of pieces here. Really? I mean, if this isn't mate in the next move, I don't know what is. Yeah, fine. Well played. Okay, come on. So d4. So in the Slav opening, we're slightly better because we've got a pawn on c4. Now, this doesn't work, right? Because of this. Queen b6, you take on d5. Yeah, queen b6, you take on d5. Takes on b3, take on f6. I mean, I think you can keep the king in the centre, can't you? Okay, I mean, there's some kind of... all right, and actually that is a problem. Oh, but it just takes the rook. Okay, didn't see that. Okay, well, to be honest, that whole sequence was completely duff. I mean, yeah, even more duff. Particularly annoying given I had a nice opening. I don't know. I mean, what do you think? What kind of opening was that even? We are we a pawn up? Who knows? We are a pawn up. We're exchanging pieces. We're a pawn up. We're doing something flashy with the queens, which probably will work, but we got to be careful. Queen c4, knight b6. Okay, that's the better move, I've got to say. So now I've got to do this. Now he takes with check. Bah. That'll teach me for doing flashy things with my queen. I mean, the thing is, there's a slight time advantage out of it, but it's not good. Not good. Okay. I don't know, this. That might be funny, because now taking here might be room for something to think about. So we've got quite a lot more time here. Will it be enough? So often I have an inferior position and I'm asking the question about whether I can time out my opponent who's played better. That's disappointing. Good to be fast though, isn't it? At least it's something. Ooh, you gave me a rook. Okay, how about this? Let's march. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Crash Bandicoot. You want to play again? All right, I'll play again. I don't care. Okay, so... oh, come on. I could have wanted to take that knight. Now what? I don't know. We got some kind of... I think my opponent's quite keen on giving me pieces. Okay. Yeah, I see that rook's quite good there. Okay, but can't I take that? Really? I guess that's the thing, right? Ooh, everything's getting taken. But I think I'm still a piece up, right? So bad things have happened, and that's annoying. But I'm still a piece up. And I think there's some kind of mate on h7 plotted here. You can't push. You can't really take with the bishop. And we've taken with the bishop. Mate on h7. Oh! He takes the bishop. I knew that, honestly. Attack the queen. Thank you very much. So now the theory is that the queen is better than the rooks, right? That's the theory. I don't like the look of that pawn. But if I just put my... Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's really happened to me. And I'm timed out. Okay, I'm resigning that. That is really definitely lost. So basically, when I said I was grinding, okay, you know, there's always some point in the evening where someone plays the grob, right? It never fails. Someone says, I know what we'll do. We'll play the grob. Okay, so white's probably a little bit worse here. So to compensate white for their loss, I'm going to castle into the pawn storm. Yeah, I don't actually like this for white. It looks incredibly loose, doesn't it? Take it on d3. Taking nowhere. Okay, this is actually being played for laughs. And guess who my opponent's laughing at? I'll give you a clue. It's me. So I think take there. Yeah, you can take there. When I said there, I meant e6. Yay, isn't that fun? You just get that horrible feeling the queen's got to go in the way. It's what you get for playing the grob, actually. Okay, Pingstar. You see, this is how you play the grob. This is proper grob playing. Oh, come on, really? I'm going to send you a message afterwards saying that was your big chance to play against the grob. This is the Borg. This is worse. And this really is a bad opening. Like, truly a bad opening. And what am I doing? Now, it's not a disaster, but it's also not a triumph. You know, triumph and disaster and all that. Nice bishop there. I suppose, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll just take with the knight. The doubling doesn't matter. Take with the knight. Okay. Take with the knight. Okay. Castle. So we're all gone queenside, right? Take with the knight after en passant. But which knight? Which knight indeed? Hitting the queen, but that's rubbish. Yeah, but you could have just taken that pawn, right? I mean, the thing about the grob is, it's a really bad opening, right? It's annoying. It's what we call in the trade a troll opening, right? And maybe that's not a nice thing to do. Nobody knows. I don't like to do things that aren't nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pass a pawn on this side of the board, then when the king runs to get it, we're going to take this pawn and we're going to push it through. Ooh, doesn't quite work, look. Well done. So now what we're going to do is create a zugzwang so that our king can progress. GG's! That's the power of the Borg. So why don't we play this silly opening? Okay, so putting some pressure on the central square, he said. I mean, it's really unjust. I've got to stop doing this because it doesn't make me happy. It actually makes me unhappy. Taking on b7. The thing is, unfamiliar positions can be difficult. And also, offbeat openings can be annoying. I've actually looked quite hard at the Grob, which I don't think is in my credit. I think that's more of an admission than a boast. Queen there, eh? I don't know. Is this going to exchange things off? Okay. Yes. I am officially winning this chess game, party people. There's a dangerous pawn there, but I don't think it's that dangerous. I'm basically winning on time, right? The dangerous pawn is now gone. I mean, I appear to be moving faster and less well. Okay, but this pawn is more dangerous. Let's eliminate the bishop. Oh, I've eliminated my own bishop. The good news is there is no way within the time I'm losing this, because I like a fast game of chess. Oh, I am losing it. No, I might not be losing in the time. Oh, gosh, that's everything gone. Look. Oh, no, this is grim and grisly. What's going to happen here? I didn't lose. I didn't win either. Okay, let's play some good theory here. Let's play some really good theory. King's Indian defence. You're not going to let me play the King's Indian, are you? Well, this is some kind of Grunfeld, isn't it? Should we annoy that bishop? Back it goes. You annoyed my knight. Back it goes, right? So this is mine. That's yours. This is mine. Yeah, I don't think I could do it the other way. There's no mate. Oh, everything's getting attacked. I want to try to pick up that loose rook like this with a check. And then when that rook is loose, I can pick it up. My dreams came true. The next thing I want to do is to swap. Oh, look, the next thing I want to do is blunder my queen for no compensation. Okay, I'm not going to push that. I think that's over. 1918. Okay, come on. Benko Gambit, right? So we play e4, and then we castle like this. Do we play like attacking the queen? I suppose bishop c3 is on the way, isn't it? Everything's defended. But everything's defended. No, everything's not defended, actually. That's just not true. Okay, everything was not defended there, and everything's even less defended now. And I'm just blundering things now to make up for the fact that everything was not defended. Well, not to make up for, but to just mourn the fact that everything's not defended. Okay, so what I'm claiming now is that my more centralised king is going to ride to my rescue. What do you think? And maybe again time. But it's going to be so hard, isn't it? Okay, I can win this pawn by the look of it. But actually, more importantly, I can win my opponent's knight. So the question here is, can I win this with a Zugzwang? Okay, so what we're going to do here is, yeah, we're winning this. Yeah, we're winning it. We're winning it. Yeah, we're winning it. GG. Thank you. I enjoyed that. I don't quite remember what happened, but it was all good. Okay, King's Indian Defence. Good opening. Except what on earth is going on? Okay, this is what I believe they call in the trade a troll opening, which is where our opponent tries to play nonsense very quickly in an attempt to have a laugh and possibly to wind us up. And what we're going to do is not allow ourselves to be wound up by it. Although, guess what? I just lost a piece. Although I think I gained a piece as well. So I think we're all right. And I happen to know that there's nothing that trolls dislike more than having the queens swapped off, because their troll openings usually depend on some very rapid tactics, which usually need a queen on the board. Go on, take with there. What are you going to take with? Oh, nothing. That's amusing. There's no mate here, is there? Is there? I just don't think there's a mate there. It's not for me to comment, but the development's a bit lacking. So I'm down pawns, right? So this was a complete mistake. So this, what I've got to do is try not to let my opponent realise that he can pass a pawn on the other side of the board. He hasn't realised. Okay, I'm going to do some crazy shit now in the hope of just winning on time. Ha ha ha! Sorry, that's an awful thing to say, but it's just that it was a troll opening. Okay. Okay. So what's happening here is big check. I suppose the big problem with this is that I haven't castled yet, and so all of this stuff. Ooh, you see, that's another problem with not having castled yet. Painful. Painful, painful. Now I've castled. Now I've got plenty of development. Where's this queen going? Where's this queen going? Where's this queen going? Is it trapped? You can't even... Sometimes you just feel the queen's trapped. It's trapped. I think it was trapped. Okay, so Oh, there goes my queen. So does this mean I'm up an exchange? And yet again, it's about time. I mean, yeah, it's not that it's about time. It's about time. It's so sad, really, actually, that I need to rely on time. Oh, no, I get that, but that was a time thing. So I think we've got a chance of winning this now, because basically what we're going to say is, we're going to say, I don't know, I mean, isn't this all going to be awesome? Yeah, cute. Look, we're up to 42. Maybe next stop 50. Okay, so, I mean, okay, so what on earth is going on here? All sorts of pawns being declined. I'm all confused. Okay, so we both castle, so I assume I'm like a pawn up after all this stuff. And the answer is... Okay. The answer is I am a pawn up, and the other answer is that... I'm defending this. I assume that bishop's going to come around and harass me. That's why it's doing that. Okay, this feels instinctively bad for me. Feels like something bad's going to happen. I think that knight's got... Oh, look at that, blundering a whole rook, and my opponent's good enough to know that. And now... Well, we're going to have to take the queens off, aren't we? But I think when you blundered a rook, I mean, what you got? Not much is the answer. That's slightly annoying, because what I wanted to say was... well, we'll get to, 1950 and say, although we haven't achieved our objective, kind of like, I'm tired, and, sometimes in chess, and this is a lesson I've had to learn, sometimes you need to know when to take a break, and that's one of those times. So look, I mean, what's going on here? Probably something awful. I imagine I'm losing or something, am I? Oh, there's queens, so many queens, where do I go? Okay, so how about this? If I get to 50, I'm allowed to stop. Is that a deal? So, ooh, this is the strangest Caro-Kann we've ever seen, isn't it? This isn't the Caro-Kann as I know it. It just looks all right. Okay, is there anything getting trapped? Something is getting trapped, and I sort of felt it, didn't I? The bishop's getting trapped. Well, this is pretty disappointing, but maybe we can trap something in return, like a rook. Maybe we can, and maybe it's all going to be awesome. Don't think my queen can get trapped because this is too hard to get the rook in. No, look, trying to get the rook in. All right, you did it, but I feel like I want to get a bit of revenge for that. Well, at least I saw the move, which was to get the rook in. The problem was I was a bit too chill. One of my problems in chess is I'm too chill. All right. Sweet check. So what's my objective is to get to 1950 and then I'm allowed to stop because I'm tired. I've got all the pieces now, haven't I? That was a very irregular Caro-Kann. What do we want next? Next, we want we're going to have 2 wins. We're going to have, okay, we're going to play King's Indian. So's our opponent. Okay, so just king side attack, right? They're going for king side attack. What do we go? Ooh, I don't know about this. I mean, maybe, but it just feels so like. Oh, what? Oh, is that a mouse slip? No, didn't even know what was going on there, frankly. So now there's this classic thing where all that my opponent needs to do is to eliminate the knight on f6, or maybe this, maybe this. Okay, I'm doing this, which I think means I'm sacrificing a rook. Oh, I'm sacrificing a queen as well. There's a lot of pieces to sacrifice. What about my dream of being able to stop in the 50s? You know, retire. I think I've played this guy quite a bit. He's good, but, I mean, given his grade, I usually beat him, actually, don't I? I'm not going to beat him this time, I'll tell you that for nothing. Oh, look, I've got a queen. Even then, okay, so I'm only an exchange down now. This is a bit of a travesty of justice, to say the least. Okay, well, let's just see. You know. Yes, exactly. Okay, well. What? This is all terrible. Yeah, this is not good. Just anything, right? I mean, stalemate, anybody? Please? Stalemate? Stalemate? Not really. Well played. Okay, game's board. Oh, look, it's a free pawn. Oh, look, isn't this called the England Gambit? I mean, can it be right? Of course it's not right. It's a bullet opening, right? Check. Okay, can't I take that? This has gone pear-shaped, buddy. So this, yeah, this has gone pear-shaped, surely. Oh, not that pear-shaped, but pretty pear-shaped. Ooh, we've got to be careful, really careful. In fact, this has gone pear-shaped for me. Attacking my queen and threatening a mate. So I don't know what the material is now, but I've got a bad feeling about it. I think I'm losing. I mean, what's the material? Piece down, right? Maybe I can get it back with a fork. Come on, if you give me a bit of time here, just agonising over this fork, and then if I can win the next one, I can go do something else. What's happening here? So, bishop on c3 is a beautiful piece. Bishop on c3 is a beautiful piece. Get the rooks off for reasons I don't even understand. Attack the queen for a laugh. Just a kind of silly move. I mean, it's not a silly move, but it's not really a deep move. It's just a one-move tactic, right? Okay, just pushing that pawn down the board is just annoying me, but then again, it did have a good thing behind it. Yeah, it looks threatening, but probably not the end of the world, particularly not when the queen gets given away. Oh, look, that's cute. Come on, we've got to have some fun here, right? We're here to have fun. Okay, 2 more wins. Win, 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 win. Win, 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 win. Queen's Gambit. Okay, what is this? IQP we've got to play for here, haven't you? Okay, so does it all get swapped off here? Or do I win a piece? No one even knows. This is no longer an IQP. This is now something else. Just now I think it is an IQP. Yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, so what am I even threatening here? I think what I'm trying to do, okay, how about this? How about this and then taking the pawn? Because I think putting the rook on b5 is kind of bad. Yeah, but that's not going to work, is it? Yeah, but this, oh no, queen's off. Because this is bad. Yeah, now this and this and this. Don't you dare try and checkmate me. I'm going to get so cross if you try and checkmate me. Don't do it. That's hurtful to me. It's hurtful to me that my opponent would even try that. That they would think that that was going to work. Yeah. The problem for my opponent is that if he goes after that pawn, then I am gonna queen. Thank you very much. One more game. Beast mode skills. One more game. And what should we play? The Scotch. How does the Scotch work? Like this? You push like this, do you? What's even happening here? Well, it's just a nice solid centre. It's a nice solid centre. They're not taking on h7 because I've moved the pawn. I wanted to play knight e4, but I think it probably loses a pawn. And because I actually want to get to 1950, then I'm not going to cock it up. I don't want to cock it up. Let's just start taking pieces. I mean, this, I suppose the big problem here is, yeah, the problem is that it's not a very good move. The problem is that I just blundered. Yeah, okay, that's not cool, guys. I'm not even playing this on, it's so ridiculous. Okay, you bit me. Next. Okay, so the logic here is that now we've got slightly more pawns in the centre, right? And we play moves like this, even this. And it looks like, so this is what's amusing about this opening is, having started off playing all hyper modern, we ended up with the centre, right? That's the kind of point. And now we've got a weak pawn on d4. Pawn b3 stops that knight getting too active. Castling defends the bishop. That's a good move. Defend the weak pawn, but the honest truth is it's very hard to defend that other pawn, particularly when you play like that. So now what's happening is so this, as it go to the back, the whole problem is, but I think the thing I was really scared of there is rook. Well, I'm scared of that too. Okay, there might be some big insight here, which is that when you're close to the ambition, bad stuff happens or can happen. Okay, so the good news is that the Queen's bishop is locked in. The other news is that Okay, there's no mate, but you got to castle away. Okay, so do I? Okay. Wow, I think it's a bit of a case of like pawn storm, isn't it? Would you not say that's a fair comment? Pawn storm. Ooh. Push, push, push. Isn't that the way you always defend these things? Fine, it's up to you, it's your life. Okay, I'm going to get the queens off, and I don't even know why. I'm going to try and take on h2 here. h2? Or also, pretty powerful is, even more powerful even is this. And then this. Thank you. That was good. Okay, 35. Okay, I will play again if you want to. I don't know. So, Caro-Kann defense, right? They always play knight f6 these days, like always. Okay. So, the chess connoisseur will know that what we have here is an endgame that's 2 pawns up. Okay. So, I suppose what I'm looking to do is I've got the 2 bishops. Well, I had the 2 bishops. Now we've got opposite coloured bishops. But I've got a good feeling about the sort of control. Hard to define, but just feel like my pieces are better. Right? Just feels sort of, I don't know, feeling the vibe. But I may have lost some of that now. Oh, you can take my bishop, but I can take your bishop. And I think I'm better. Pinning the rook against the king was my idea, although that's not an idea that's worked. Now, I don't know, just making it up. Don't know what I'm doing. Swap, because I'm ahead on time. This is really bad, because what I'm doing is just kind of screwing up, but I'm defending h2. What a relief. What a relief. Just any old nonsense now works. Okay, 41. I'm going to play one more just because when people offer rematches, I don't know, it's a nice thing to do, right? Anyone who's watched this from the beginning deserves a medal. I'm sure people haven't. Why would they? This gives up a pawn. Okay. For what does it give up the pawn? Very little, if anything. This attacks the queen. What's going to happen is we're not going to get mated on h7. We're not going to get mated on f7. We might get mated, but we won't be that easy. Okay, I see why that was played. Okay, but it isn't actually winning the queen. And now I'm threatening to swap the queens. I don't know, I feel a bit... Pin the pawn, pin the pawn. Is there a mate? Is there a mate? Very close. Can I defend that square? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Mate in the back, mate on h8. Okay, there was a mate on h8, as it happens. And it even rhymes. But the real issue here, my friends, is time. Actually, that take back was wrong. You should take the queen if you take on e8. Oh, yeah, gets his... I know, let's move backwards and forwards in the hope of surviving. Okay, so if my opponent had re-challenged me, I would have gone for that. Because, I don't know, because that's kind of what I agreed. Did I agree? I didn't really agree it, but I'm seeing the light on them re-challenging. I suppose it can be quite interesting to develop a sequence of games with someone. What happens if I just annoy the queen? Is that annoying? Should we be trying to be annoying? Is that in the great tradition of chess to be annoying? Ooh! Okay, the bad news is that I've blundered a something or other. The good news is that I have won back. I think I blundered a piece, and I think I won an exchange. And I was slightly distracted by my opponent's username, which my nick is really big. I mean, girl, jolly good. Ooh, threatening mate, but is it mate? It's not really mate, it's perpetual, isn't it? Yeah, it's perpetual. So now, the knight's going to come. But how can the knight come? It's not perpetual anymore because I can take. So, what's that knight going to do? It's going to do something bad, guys. Okay. Oh, no, that's just for nothing. Oh, that's ridiculous. Well played, Nick. Okay, we're kind of back where we started. This is the moment, I shouldn't say this. This is the moment when I think, am I going to post this? You meant to post it, right? Are you? Well, but if it's no good, maybe you don't post it. Okay, this isn't an immediate disaster because you can still play this even. You can't castle here because the bishop's taken on c6. You can't castle, so let's try to disturb the situation. So you can do this because now the knight's in the way. Yeah. Put the rook here. Yeah. There's a school of thought that says that king's a bit exposed. There's also a school of thought that says it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I didn't really like that, I've got to say. Okay. Okay, attacking the bishop. So what I need to do now is come up with a constructive plan to which is like, how am I going to win? How am I actually going to win? Well, I'll tell you how I'm not going to win. How I'm not going to win is by blundering. Oh, thank you so much for your queen. Okay, so I was kind of giving up. I mean, it's kind of sad to see me giving up. Okay. If I lose one more game, I will give up and not post this. And as I said that, I blundered my knight. So now I'm going to stop my opponent. Well, does it stop my opponent castling really? Well, it hasn't, has it? Oh, but this is actually quite tricky. This pawn. Yeah. It's quite tricky. Because, like, yeah. Okay, what I want to do is unveil okay, let me try to articulate my thoughts. I'm trying to checkmate my opponent on g7. I'm basically quite active. I don't want my queen to be, like, exchanged, or even worse, lost for nothing. That would be bad. The problem is, well, a problem is, there's quite a lot of ways to lose your lover. Okay, well, I don't know what on earth's going on here. But look, it's mate next move. No, it's not because of the queen, but maybe I can do things to irritate the queen. That's the queen. 39. So what did I say? I said I quit if I lose again. So 2 more wins and then we stop. Okay, 2 more wins. So I'm going to focus now. We're going to try. Yeah, Dutch defence. Horrible opening. Right, let's look at black's threats. What are black's threats? What are black's threats? Black does not have any obvious threats. What are black's threats? What are black's threats? Black's threats, I assume, is to create some kind of cockamamie kingside attack. Okay, so black's threats now are pretty significant because in these sort of positions, there's a lot of good ways to create a kingside attack, and I've got a feeling my opponent is not going to find any of them. We're going to push. Well, we might not. We are going to push because the knight can't move. Ooh, good move. Good move, good move. Except what does this do? And I take the queen. I take the queen. Worth thinking about, isn't it? Something's happened here. And we're better. Was that even a little bit pretty? I mean, does that make it all worthwhile? What about that? Does that make it all worthwhile? Okay, this is the last one. We're going to post this. We're going to do this. We're going to play with style and flair. Come on, Walter. Oh, my move. I'm white. You can see it's been a long night, right? We're going to play the French Advanced. And now that's a funny version of the French Advanced for... And can we not immediately sense that there's some weak dark squares potentially around the enemy king? And we're not going to get immediately bogged down in that. We're actually going to trick our opponent by pinning that knight and pretending that that is what we really care about. But really what we're excited about is invading these dark squares around the enemy king. And what we're going to do is we're going to beam our queen into g7. It's quite hard to stop, actually. It's surprisingly hard to stop. We're just going to put together a bunch of moves. Oh, our opponent's onto us. Our opponent is onto us. So now what we're going to do is start bullying the black. Okay. Attack the queen and the rook. Okay. I know I'm getting all excited, but you know, we want some kind of ending here, don't we? We want an end game. Make it go away. What I need to do is defend that pawn somehow and then get my tell you what I can do is I can take this pawn on f5. How about that for an idea? See? And then this. Okay, and that, party people, is enough for now. So we're claiming 1950, and next time we'll come back and do 2000. Thanks for watching. I know you all watched all of it. Bye.